character this week is the one and only Mark Adams. Mark has worked for the Cape Cod National Seashore for 30 years.
Let's say 29 and a half.
29 and a half, we're getting there. Happy almost 30th anniversary. He's an artist that has been represented at the Schoolhouse Gallery since 1999.
Yeah.
A collegiate gymnast, a world traveler, a cartographer. And we have Mark here this morning to talk about everybody's favorite beach, Herring Cove and Hatches Harbor.
Well, Herring Cove is iconic beach, everyone's kind of pilgrimage point, and people go to different ends of the beach for different reasons. And I happen to like Hatches Harbor, the north end of Herring Cove, and there's a couple things about that are fantastic right now. And the new parking lot, which reproduces the old parking lot, space for space, but in a place that'll probably last for, we're hoping, another 40 years before. And a lot of people have a misconception about why the old parking lot was destroyed by the waves. And it's really, we've been mapping and we have worked with people who've mapped that area since the 1890s. So we have like a century of knowledge about the process of coastal retreat that happens at Herring Cove. It's not dire, it's not the end of the world, it's actually processes started with the glaciers and all that. But when that parking lot was broken up by the high tide waves, we used our measurements to place the new parking lot in a position that will keep up with coastal retreat. And we're hoping it will. It looks good. One of the things that people are noticing in Hatches Harbor, which is also very cool, is that the spits have grown.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people go there to ride the tide in the pools and channels, and it's so cool because people have become aware of the process of the tide moving in and out. But there's all kinds of corners. You can be out on the spit, or you can nestle in the edge of the dune and the beach. Plovers love it too.
Mm-hmm.
I was just out there yesterday running, and there was the mother plover saying, "Mark." That's how and she's saying, "Go away," and then the little baby came beep, 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 running after her.
Yeah. And
then I said, "Okay, I'll back off." But you'll notice that when you're out there, if you hear the calls of the birds, give them some space. I'm meandering a bit, but this time of year you'll also start to see big flocks of terns. The birds are actually getting ready to flock up. Some of them are done nesting, and they're going to flock up, and all the way through August there'll be big flocks of terns and other birds in Hatches Harbor. Mm-hmm. So when you go in there for your solitude and your swim, try not to flush 1,000 birds all at once.
Right. Is that where their area is roped off so that we don't step on them?
That's right. What they do is they try to rope off areas that give the birds some space to run, because the newborn chicks can't fly yet. So they run between their nest and the beach to eat some little, sea bugs, copepods, sand shrimp.
I think it was Harrison or maybe Eric Bork who was talking about a piping plover rant. Was that you?
Oh, did we have a rant?
Maybe. They seem to have not developed the skills to survive. And so, humanity is kind of doing all the work at this point. But we're happy to, right? Eric Bork.
They're working very hard, those plovers, to survive. And, there's really, they are endangered. And this is the thing about nature, is there's those hardy beasts like us.
Right.
Who will eat any damn thing, who will adapt to any conditions. There's humans in every corner of the planet, but there's lots of animals like whooping cranes and stuff who are who moved my cheese? The world changed, and they don't adapt so quickly. So that's where endangered species come from. Yeah.
So I remember coming to your retrospective at the PAM. This was the floor of the museum in 2017.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I was just so fascinated with this idea of the Gulf of Maine being its mini ocean. Again, here's Cape Cod, Georges Bank, Nova Scotia, that I did a painting with ink of the seafloor of the Gulf of Maine, and we overlaid it onto the wooden floor of the PAM Museum for that show in 2017. so that you could walk around. I had this idea that the more you get immersed in the scale of the landscape, it just makes an impression that's indelible, I guess.
I thought that was spectacular. I know you got to go see that. Tell everybody your Instagram account.
Chillmark13, Chillmark with 2 L's. And yeah.
So you can see a lot
it
of
out.
Mark's art on his personal Instagram account and also at the Schoolhouse Gallery.
Yes, Schoolhouse Gallery. I'll be having a show in the middle of August at some point. I'm not sure the dates, but
We
check it
will
out.
be there.
Great.
Thank you so much for your time, Mark, for doing this twice. We shot at the beach. It was really windy. We couldn't hear anything. Mark is a saint and a very dear friend.
There's real saints out there, so don't make any mistake about
Okay. We'll see you soon.
that. Thank you.